It lives 50 feet beneath the streets. It's 36 feet long. It weighs over 2,000 pounds. And it's about to break out.
You're looking at the one who saw it. And it was big.
You said it was dark. Now, perhaps you were mistaken. An alligator half that size would starve in a week. He kept coming up with some garbage about alligators in the sewers.
Alligators in the sewers?
Hello, welcome to They Came From Within, Cult Movie Reviews. Biting Satire. Alligator, 1980. Louis Teague's Alligator has got to be one of the best B-movies of the 1980s. It truly captures the magic and energetic spirit of the finest creature features from old Hollywood, but of course with graphic gore and profanities added. The marvellous Robert Forster stars as Detective David Madison, who soon finds himself saddled with an onerous, not to mention downright perplexing and dangerous, assignment. Human body parts, as well as those of mutilated animals, are turning up all over the city. Madison determines to stop the culprit as the body count rises. It soon transpires that the killer is an alligator 11 metres in length, grown to an enormous size and seemingly indestructible due to feeding on animals packed with growth-inducing hormones created by scientists for an unscrupulous company. This creature proves expert at evading capture and seems to know its way around the sewers and the waterways of the city. The pulchritudinous Robin Riker co-stars as the herpetologist Marisa Kendall. Her skills prove highly useful to Madison, and a nicely handled romance soon develops between them. Jaws, Steven Spielberg's cinematic duel from 1975, spawned many imitations and knockoffs. Let's put it this way, this terrific effort was inspired by it. Alligator was penned by the quality writer-director John Sayles, who had already written the similarly themed Piranha from 1978, and which is also one of the best variations on Jaws. In this genre, his writing credits include Battle Beyond the Stars from 1980, The Howling, also from 1980, The Brother from Another Planet, 1984, and Guillermo del Toro's first English language movie, Mimic, from 1997. In these pictures, as in his more serious works, such as Matewan and Lone Star, Sayles makes trenchant political and social points. Unethical scientists, big business, corrupt mayors, and those who harm animals are all firmly in his sights in Alligator. And it's pretty witty too. In fact, Margaret Hinksman summed up the movie to a T in her contemporary review for the Daily Mail. She wrote, hair-raising, funny, shrewdly scripted, and politically telling. It's great to see the prolific character actor Henry Silva in this movie. He's his usual imposing self as an arrogant big game hunter called Colonel Brock. In a lovely part, which is little more than a cameo really, he ultimately comes off second best to our titular reptile, but he makes a strong impression. For a film which only cost a little short of $2 million to make, the horror effects are splendidly realised. It's worth mentioning the special effects crew, which was coordinated by Richard O. Helmer, and the makeup effects, which were done by Robert Short. Craig Huxley's stirring music the fast editing by Larry Brock and Ron Medico, plus Joseph Manginet's expert cinematography, all add greatly to bringing this scary joyride to life. Robert Forster had such a calm and centred screen persona, akin to, say, Steve McQueen or Paul Newman. Robert Wallace Foster was born in the New York area of Rochester on the 13th of July 1941. He changed his surname from Foster to Forster so as not to be confused with another Screen Arts Guide member. Robert was outstanding in his cinema debut, playing a soldier who's desired by Marlon Brando's repressed major in John Huston's Reflections in a Golden Eye from 1967. And he was just as impressive as a jaded news cameraman who attempts to take on the system in Haskell Wexler's Medium Cool from 1969. And of course, he will always be remembered for playing the soft-centred bail bondsman Max Cherry, who falls for the delightful heroine Jackie Brown, in Quentin Tarantino's fab 1997 movie of the same name. Among Forster's genre films are Louis Teague's The Lady in Red from 1979, The Black Hole, also from 1979, 1983's Vigilante, the ill-fated 1998 remake of Psycho, and David Lynch's Ace, Mulholland Drive from 2001. On TV, he appeared in Heroes and an episode of Breaking Bad, plus was in its spin-off movie El Camino. And he finally appeared in 2017's Twin Peaks: The Return, having missed out on the original series due to work commitments. Robert Forster passed away in Los Angeles after suffering from a brain tumour on the 11th of October 2019. He was 78 years old. Filming on Alligator commenced on the 30th of April and was completed by the 9th of July 1980. The movie was shot in and around the Los Angeles area. It was released in the States on the 14th of November 1980 and was distributed by Group 1 Films. When the film was originally released in UK cinemas, it received several cuts by the then called British Board of Film Censors in order to give it a PG certificate, the BBFC thereby missing the whole purpose of the movie. Returning to the subject of Breaking Bad, its star Bryan Cranston worked as a special effects assistant on the movie's explosive finale, and Kane Hodder, who played Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees on 4 occasions, actually portrays the killer reptile in certain scenes. It's worth noting also that Quentin Tarantino picked Robert Forster for Jackie Brown due to his performance in this very movie, and Sue Lyon, immortalised by Stanley Kubrick in the cinematic adaptation of Nabokov's Lolita in 1961, appears as a newswoman in her final screen outing. The movie was produced by Brandon Chase and Mark L. Rosson for Group 1 Films. You can find Alligator for free at archive.org, or you can go to YouTube or any other outlet. My name's Stephen Archibald. Take good care of yourself, and thanks again for listening to They Came From Within Cult Movie Reviews.
Once it escaped, there was no way to stop it.
The safety of the public is my job.
It could be anywhere.
There he is.
Ready to attack at any moment.
You know, I've seen what this animal can do. You'd better take all the help you can get.
Keep coming. At first, no one believed it. Now, no one will forget. Alligator.